Alright, I'm feeling like shit right now, but I gotta get a video out. So, you probably think that you're a bad Minecraft builder. I'm here to tell you that you're not a bad Minecraft builder. But because you think you're a bad Minecraft builder, you started building some shitty ass houses. So, you looked up tutorials on how to build on Minecraft. Problem was, those builders were so professional that they had forgotten who they were when they used to build like shit. Luckily for you, I did not forget where I started. I did not forget who I was before I was able to build how I build now. I'm not insanely good, but I'm definitely way better than I was before. And I'm here to teach you how to actually build the right way, the right steps for you to take. And this I guarantee you, after you watch this and after you follow a little bit more practices that I give you, you're gonna become a better builder than you were fucking yesterday. So, let's get started. So, here we start off with this hut, probably how most of you build. So, the first thing that I don't like is that roof. So, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this entire roof and the entire hut. We're gonna get rid of all of it. But I'm gonna keep the floor. Now, the floor and the shape of the house are very important. So, what I like to do is I like to come up with the shape with the floor. I also like to mention that coming up with different blocks is also a very important part of this house, which I had skipped. I didn't show, but remember, just choose the blocks. It's not that hard to figure out which blocks are hard to use anyway. So as you can see here, I'm just going with an L shape because that's what came to mind. And here I am filling in all the little squares that I dug. I'm trying to make this a simple house. I don't want to build a. I'm not really interested in building a really big house. But anyway, I think it's time for the framing, which you could go in-depth frame, but I decided not to go with in-depth frame for this one. What that means is those pillars would be towards the outside, right? Like as you can see, I'm building the walls inside the frame. I didn't really care for depth that much. I wasn't really trying to build, because the thing is, I'm not showing you a tutorial on how to build the exact house that I'm building. I'm just showing you a. This is a representation of a house that you could have if you follow the steps that I'm doing. But as you can see, framing and I'm filling in the walls. So here I decided to build up these walls just cause I feel like adding adding layers also looks good. So yeah, here we are, we're just adding layers on there. Now let's start with the roof. The roof that I'm going to show you here today is the stair roof. Pretty good looking roof. It's one of the most simple roofs in the history of building. Basically, what you do is you place a stair on top, you place a block outwards, you know, and you just kind of place a stair, an upside down stair below that stair, and you continue that cycle on, you keep stacking it up. And eventually you will get something that looks a little bit like that. And here we are with bringing up the walls of the roof to match the roof. You know what I mean? And here I am filling in with different stairs this time. I think it looks really good when a roof has two different blocks to it. It's just a lot better. In my opinion, it's a lot better. Here I am filling in the walls of the layer that I decided to build up because I want the roof to go into the wall. I feel like this looks good. And right off the bat, you get something like this. And I'll just repeat the same cycle here. Just like that. And now here's the roof on the upper layer of the house. I'm going with a completely different style of roof, so I won't get into too detail about it. I'll do a whole tutorial on how to build roofs in a different video. But as you can see here, I decided to go with a arch on the sides of the roof using slabs, which makes it look 10 times good as you can see. Just right there, and I'm making some minor changes because I was gonna go with a stair design, and then I decided, nah, I'd rather switch it up. Yeah, when I was building this, I didn't really have a house in my mind. This house is just all natural. I was just like, yep, I'm just gonna do what I know. And most importantly, adding the door, which I somehow forgot to do for some reason. For some reason, I forgot to add a door. But always add a door. Try to put it in the inside just like that, so that it looks better than just having it on the outside. And here I am with the windows. Now, please use glass panes over the glass blocks. The glass panes are 10 times better. It does not take a building genius to do that. And also, what looks good is adding decoration like this, putting grass blocks, and I could handpick flowers, but I decided to bone meal it just cause. Here I go, adding more roofs. I mean, not roofs, windows. And here I had an idea to add farmland with a hidden water source, which I think a house with a hidden water source is cool. It's cool. I really like farmland next to a house. It just makes it look 10 times better. I might even do an entire video of how to build a survival house. You know, there's a certain house that I go with that I survive every time with. And as you can see here, when I use the fence, I actually use the fence gate as the fence, just because I think it looks better, and it just beats the regular fence. But anyway, that's all done, and now we cut to a lighting, just cause lights around the house stops from mobs getting in. Also, it looks good. That's why I like the lantern so much. And last touches here, last touches there, and there you go. Building a good looking house really isn't that complicated. As you can see how I built this one, I didn't really use anything complicated. I didn't use any complicated steps. I will make an entire tutorial video that are much more advanced in later videos. But until then, peace out.